Welcome everybody to another video of Era of Chaos, and for me it is a Thursday today, so it is time for another dragon invasion, and I have tested a little bit with Gelu in the Azure Dragon King dragon invasion, and it seems that when you have Giant you actually deal more damage with Gelu than you do with Solmir. So that was my previous setup, but it's not really that effective. This Firebird was very good, or now it's a Phoenix. The Firebird or Phoenix, however, was really good when you were using Solmir because you could get an extra ultimate off after he died, because when the Azure Dragon kills everything, you still have the time to cast spells as long as the Firebird is reviving. But since we're using Gelu now, we will be not using this birdie. Let's see. Also, we are going to switch those because I want the buff from Monk. No, which one is it? Yeah, the high morale on my. I want the high morale on my giant here. I have this thing still because of the damage buff for everything that is here. So my devil and giant are apparently the only units that deal damage. I also have the dwarf here. You don't really need a tank, but if you're using devil gets more damage when he has more HP, so the HP buff from dwarves are beneficial for the damage of devil. That's why I have them in there, and I'm not 100% sure what to use. Does Genie give another buff for us? Heals the lowest HP target when Genie is on the battlefield. Oh yeah, we're getting some buffs from Genie, so I might just give Genie a shot here in this run, but we don't need a damage buff on Genie, so we're just putting Genie there and doing this. I think that should be our best setup right now. Also, Genie is pretty good because you're losing quite a bit of health here, and because of the frenzy. Sometimes, or like in 1 out of like 4 runs that I tested Gelu now, my giant died before the time was up, so that was a little bit of a bummer, even though I had Monk in there. But yeah, if I have Genie now as well, I think we should not die. So let's just test it here. I don't really have an extra thing for Dragon Invasion. I might do one later, but since I'm using my giant mainly and I have 2 other tower units as well, I'm just using my astral formation, or my astral roster. Wow, I'm really confusing the words right now, but do you all get what I mean? So yeah, even though the storm elemental does not deal damage, I said already in the last video that I have him for his elemental force here, that we're getting initial mana, which is cool. Even with Gelu, it's kind of helpful. And we have him or her, I don't know, the elemental, for mana regeneration. We could use Sprite as well. My Sprite is super bad though. Because yeah, that would increase our mana as well, but I don't think that we need any more mana manipulation since we're not using Solmir anymore, we're using Gelu. Yeah, I think we're just starting. And let's see how much damage we're doing. I am planning on going over my formations a bit more because I am planning a lot of different formations for Battle of Gods, etc. Yeah, we have single speed, that is good. Okay, so we are going to buff as many units as possible, even though that's not really needed here. Okay, we just trigger Magic Awakening as much as possible, and since my Gelu has also the Slayer spell here, that is quite a bit. That's also why I use Stone Skin on him. I won't get my maximum damage here because I'm not a Hotspot Hero right now, I guess. Alright, that's it for this guy. We can do some damage on the dragon there. Okay, now I wait until I'm not silenced anymore. Okay, now we're not silenced anymore. Now we can go. And with 1.5, 1.6, something like that, I think is what we're aiming for here. Let's kill that dragon real quick. Magic Awakening. And now actually my dwarves died. Okay, interesting. We only have 7 more seconds left, so no more spells to cast. Maybe this real quick. Yeah, and that's it. So 1.7, that was probably what I was going for. I don't think that I will do much more than 1.68, although I'm not sure. Maybe I could do more if I use Catherine here, because Catherine also has 2 buffing spells and is a hotspot hero. That might be good enough. I don't know if Frenzy is too big of a difference. I mean, Roland has, but yeah, my Roland, my Shiva are like not leveled at all. All the skills are level 1 probably. So let's give Catherine 1 test. Catherine, 1 test run. Just because it's a hotspot hero and we still have 2 buffing spells, maybe that's enough to out damage Gelu's Frenzy here. Alright, let's start with an Awakening right away. Get a second one. Get my Earth spell up. Alright, and now we're going to get Mert. That looks good, honestly, with Catherine here. So as long as you have a lot of those buffing spells, like at least 2 I would say, you can use something else besides Gelu as well. If you have Gelu as a hotspot hero here, of course Gelu will be the best. But since this is a hotspot hero, I think we're already having more damage than with Gelu. Oopsie. Earth spells not enough to kill, unfortunately. Alright. So we are dealing less damage, but we are getting our boost soon. Ah. $1.3 million, but yeah, we're getting 1.9 in total with Catherine. So Gelu deals more damage, but as long as you have two spells to buff your giants, a hotspot hero will be better. At least for me. So let's just jump into the last fight here and see how, if we can improve the Catherine damage maybe just a little bit. Maybe I have to watch out for the silence a bit more, because I think sometimes I did not trigger the magic awakening. Okay, in the beginning we definitely have it. 2 times. What's up? Now that's important. That is important. And that is important. And now we're going back to buffing the giant. Magic awakening was triggered. Perfect. And magic awakening was still triggered. I don't know when the silences are actually always coming. That's a good question. I think when he like has his frost breath. Although here, when this rain is coming there, like let's get this. Let's get the buff. Let's get this. Let's get the buff. Alright, magic awakening was triggered again. And the devil also takes care of those a little bit at least. So that's good. Casting an earth spell on this guy. Waiting for the silence to be over and then triggering the magic awakening again. Alright, silence is over. Magic awakening is coming. I think in this run we're doing more damage than in the previous. Okay, let's just kill this dragon on the top. Give ourselves a last mirth and a last slayer. Yes, so 1.37. Yeah, that boosts us up to over 2 million damage here. And that was the best run that we had today. 5.7 million damage on level 2 Dragon King without a hotspot hero that is Solmir or Gelu. I think that is pretty okay-ish for my power level. I mean, looking at the other people's damage, I guess that is pretty good. But I'm a little bit of an I have a little bit of an advantage here because I have both giant and devil, and most people on my server don't, I believe, or they just don't know about that those are the units that really do damage here. So yeah, guys, 5.7 million damage using Gelu or Catherine here. Catherine only because it's a hotspot hero. But yeah, I dealt more damage with Catherine here because of the hotspot. So always watch out for that. If you see someone saying like, yeah, this hero is the best damage and blah blah blah, it's always a matter of why is it the best hero, and can you improve that with maybe something like the hotspot hero, as I did right now here with Gelu and Catherine. Yeah, that was more of like a little video on how like to show you guys that sometimes you have to watch out, even though you know the in theory best tactic for something, that there might be a little bit of more advantages with other heroes as well in some situations. I hope you enjoyed that little video here, and I will be coming with more like, yeah, how you say that, like setup analysis. Let's call them setup analysis, formation analysis in the future, and I hope that will be helpful for the most of you. Yeah, I guess that was it for today, and we're gonna see each other in the next video. Until then, have a good one, take care, and stay healthy.